This is my 5 a.m. thoughts, apologizing for the return of the robot voice. It's hot and flooding over here, so I don't feel like setting up the mic. Right off the bat, this music video is a weird one and I foresee it being a bit controversial the way whole different animal was. There might be some possible AIUs here. I'm saying possible because I haven't seen the credits. This is a preemptive statement, not an actual accusation. But I refuse to be on the back foot the way I was with my last video, sorry LMFAO. But any possible AIUs is not why I stated it may be controversial. They took significant creative risks here that may be unpopular, such as the framing of certain shots and visual effect choices. Personally, I really love this music video and it might be in my top 10 for them. As stated, they took some risks creatively with some of the decisions that come off bizarre, but I enjoy it. There were some choices that reminded me of past years, such as the first Joy Yeri scene reminds me a lot of Cosmic, whereas the Yeri crossbow scene is a clear callback to Peekaboo. We've spoken about how food plays a part in RV's worldview, and I do find it interesting that for this go around, they turn the surfin' boys into essentially alcohol. Once again, a really neat way to continue on their tropes but put a new spin on it. The entire music video has this utopian scholastic feel, especially at the bridge with Joy essentially writing out the entire story of the music video. Very meta, I love. The fade transitions over hard cuts enhances the overall 90s feel as well, plus I just appreciate it as someone who's been exhausted with the more TikTok editing style many K-pop music videos have adopted again. This is a warm sight for the eyes, with even the color grading being quite soothing and invoking more of that mystical, we're going on an adventure type of feel. All that being said, I do have my critiques. Biggest one, I can tell the length of the song absolutely neutered the pacing of the story. This is their first Velvet title to not cross the 3-minute mark, and this music video proves that those extra seconds are absolutely precious for the pacing needed in a Velvet-oriented story. All of their Velvet music videos have a slow build up to the bridge where the tension breaks from the final reveal and then conclusion. This is not the case here. Rather than feeling like we're going on a journey, it feels like the story got condensed to bulletin points. I wouldn't be shocked if we find out a lot of footage hit the cutting room floor, given that you can only place so much story within 2 minutes of song. There aren't any transitional shots except for the end. These are filler shots that you often find in RV's music videos. Each second spent is extremely tight and you feel it. I do think this will have a huge impact on what the audience feels as they walk away from it. Even those who enjoy it will likely still feel like it went by rather quickly. My workaround would have been to pad it out a little more, maybe at the bridge where Yeri goes in for the kill. I think an extended bossa nova instrumental break at that point could have given the reveal a little time to breathe. By the time the audience realizes what the goal is, the music video is already rushing to wrap up. Some more seconds to sit with the kill and juicing would have made the payoff greater. Another critique I have is in relation to the sound design. For as quirky as this video gets with its visual effects and shots, they missed an opportunity to amp up the weirdness further with sound design. While of course the ocean sounds were always going to be here, I did expect more than that. Definitely needed some sort of sound for the webbed feet and hands of said surfing boy, like I was shocked they didn't jump on that. I think it would have helped immerse you in the slight oddities of the story, but at the same time, it's meant to be a Velvet concept. Maybe they felt anything more than the sound of waves would have made the entire thing feel too unserious. I don't know, I just would have taken like the creaky sound of the ship's floor or something here. 2 more things I had issue with. I wasn't a fan of the dancing scene set design. Why are they boxed in? This felt a little bit too constrictive for the world they built between the ocean and the ship. It didn't fit with the music video at all. Of course some dancing scenes were needed, but there had to be other choices. I think them dancing on the beach itself would have worked, but I can see the issue of variety being brought up. A funny and creative choice could have been making them dance in the fridge or freezer that we see Yeri open. I think anything would have worked better than what we got. I'm not sure if the background was painted, but it's a bit distracting for a dancing set. There's a reason why when aespa did something similar with Better Things, it was just a gradient background. It's just a bit too busy when you zoom out. Last critique, I don't think Selgi and Wendy's role in the story was clear here. Maybe a few rewatches will help me better put the pieces together, but they sorta just felt there. Though I guess you can just tack this onto being another unfortunate side effect of the pacing. Overall, I think even with some of its flaws, this is really fun. I think I was right in my assertion for this being the most creative summer concept we got this year, with the exception of Kiki. It just feels nice to see something clearly referencing past eras without feeling like it's beating you upside the head with it, which is pretty much what K-pop has devolved into for the past 4 years. Nostalgia is taking over actual creativity, and the lack of fresh ideas is quite exhausting and getting rather gimmicky. I was worried, but I think the Kate girls managed to turn what was easily looking like the Titanic into smooth sailing. I'm very proud of them. I love the styling, the props, the story, the editing, the overall composition, like it was my yum. Just please, I beg, next time let's leave the AI at home. Nothing it was used for really couldn't have been done without it. I'll definitely be doing a full art direction breakdown of the era when the tides cool down.